Hi guys, so just a short video all about like resistance bands. So I'm sure you all know what a resistance band is. I wear this hook because it's freezing. Um, yeah, basically it's just a band you can take with you. You can either use it like just put your foot underneath it to get some traction. So you can do like curls, bicep curls like that. You can hook it onto the back of a door and then you can do like tricep extension, tricep push downs with the bands. You can also, if you wrap it around a pole, like so, for example, probably not this pole, but something like that, you can then, do like flies or chest press from it. So they're versatile, but the thing you can use them for really is just to get a little bit of a pump. Now, the limitation of a bands obviously is unlike weights, they don't really do as much damage to the muscle, but that's also kind of the good thing with them because they're not really for full on workouts. What they're for is kind of like in between your workouts, so that you don't actually hinder your recovery because your recovery is important. The thing with recovery from a workout is the people are kind of like on one side of the fence or the other. So, like on one side of the fence, you've got people who think you should just sit there and do nothing, and that's going to improve recovery. Unfortunately, that's not 100% true. There's some truth to the whole allowing yourself to recover, but if you just tell your body that you're now going to be a couch potato, your body basically responds as such and says, well, I guess you won't be needing any of this muscle because you're not doing anything. So if you're just lightly active, you're not damaging your muscle to the point where it's not going to be able to recover, because you got to recover to back where you were before the workout. And then you also need to allow the kind of growth to happen as well, which is, you know, the adaptation is the fancy word. So basically, your body is adapting to the trauma you put it through in the gym. It can't get both of those tasks done properly if you're attacking it again with weights. That's why we have resistance bands. And also, you're not going to get the most out of your recovery if you're just sitting there doing nothing. As like I say, you want to put a bit of blood in the muscle slightly. You want to use the muscle lightly. You want to actually keep the muscle building signal going a bit longer. So a good way to keep sending that signal but without creating damage is with using something like a resistance bands. So what I do 3 main workouts a week at the moment, in this phase of my training, which is going to go on for another 2 weeks. Then we're switching things up again to a slightly different form of workout. Again, the same amount of training though. 3 main days of training, punctuated by 3 days off. On the off days, we're just going to use resistance bands a few times a day, for 8 to 10 minutes, little bouts of doing this and that, little pumps. Not really a workout, just basically put the blood in there, help the recovery. Can be done in the gym. Sometimes I like to get out to the gym, just gets me out of the house. So I'll go to the gym, but it doesn't really matter on those off days whether I go to the gym or I don't. Just I have a routine of going to the gym, but if I'm gonna go to the gym on an off day, won't be touching any weights, just be using bands. The good thing about taking the bands to the gym is you can mix your routine up. You don't have to use the bands the whole time. On the off days you can do mobility work and stretching in some of the session, and then in the later part of the session you can go and get a bit of a pump with the bands. So that's the great thing really there. And also the gym has mirrors, so unlike here, and also it's got squat racks, so you can attach your bands to more things and use them more properly than you can. I think really as long as you've got like a door anchor, that will be fine. But resistance bands, they're a very good tool. The other thing I want to say, guys, when you stretch them, the more you stretch the bands, the more the tension is on the bands. So it's a bit different than cables. Cables obviously build more muscle, but when you stretch these bands out, that's where the tension is the highest, which is pretty cool. And then you got different band tensiles for different body parts. So say I'm like training my shoulders. Shoulders are really small muscles, so like I can't go in. You get like different tenses of the bands. So the highest tense, I can't extend my like delt out like that, my shoulder out like that, because I'm going to be in such pain trying to do it. Right, so I'm going to go and like pick something stupidly light for that. Whereas if I'm just like doing a bicep curl, it doesn't really matter. It's not that hard a movement. It's just like picking up a shopping basket. You know what I mean? It's not hard. So I hope that explained pretty well. They're good for taking with you on holiday. So say you haven't got a gym, they're perfect for that. They're perfect. Say if you're, it's a perfect addition to your home gym as well. All right, see you soon, guys. Hope that made sense, and keep it locked here. And please consider subscribing and liking for more videos.